The expression, "when life gives you lemons, make lemonade," is a great way to think about staying calm and patient. Life will always give us challenges, but we can still find ways to move forward. We all have experienced times when we needed to stay calm and patient. It could be something like trying not to yell at your kids for spilling cereal on the kitchen floor, or talking through an argument with your partner without getting upset. Here are some tips on how you can practice staying calm and patient. 1. Take a moment to pause and breathe. Being able to slow down and calm yourself is key in staying patient, especially when you're trying to get through a stressful situation. If you find yourself losing control, take 3 deep breaths or more. This will help you focus on something other than your emotions, which are causing the stress in the first place. Breathing also helps us think clearly and make better decisions by slowing down our body's response systems when we feel anxious or nervous about something. By taking breaths between actions or thoughts, you can gain more control over what's happening around you so that everyone involved feels less stressed out, including yourself. 2. Think about the person or situation that triggered the lack of calm or patience. Consider their perspective. The first thing to do is consider the other person's point of view. When you're having an argument with your partner and they ask why they're wrong, it feels like a personal attack when they say something like, "That's not true." But if you take a moment to think about what life was like for them when they were an angry teen or whatever, it might become more clear why they feel the way they do. Consider their background. Everyone has a unique past experience that shapes their perspective on life. So keep this in mind when interacting with people who have different backgrounds than you. Your parents probably didn't grow up in France, but maybe one of theirs did. If so, then how would this affect how they see things? How can we understand each other better if we know what makes each other tick? Consider their expectations and preferences about things like food or music styles or transportation methods beyond just saying, "That doesn't fit my style." Look at the situation differently, such as finding something to be grateful for in the unpleasant experience. When you feel frustrated, take a step back and consider whether there could be another way of seeing things. If you're waiting in line at the post office or sitting through an overly long meeting, remembering that everyone has a different perspective can help you see things with new eyes. After all, it's not always easy to appreciate how much worse your life could be if someone else were stuck in that traffic jam or waiting room chair instead of you. But when we do stop and realize this truth, even just for a moment, our own problems become less significant by comparison and easier to handle with grace and patience. 4. Express yourself calmly and assertively once you've allowed yourself to settle down. After you've allowed yourself to settle down, it's time to express yourself calmly and assertively. This means speaking in a calm voice, being specific about what you want to say using I statements as opposed to you statements, and being polite and respectful at all times. Even if the other person is being difficult or unreasonable, make sure that your behavior doesn't escalate their irrationality. It is a skill that can be learned. Patience and calmness are things you can develop in yourself over time if you work at it, but it requires patience and practice from your side as well. You will be happier and more productive in the long run if you learn this skill. One of the best ways to deal with a lack of patience is by taking time to pause and breathe. Then, think about why you're feeling this way and what might be triggering it. Once you've identified the problem, find an activity that allows your mind some rest, like meditation or gardening.